Of all cheap coons that's in this land, Bill Jackson takes the prize. Wears second-hand clothes from head to toe. Food's the only new thing that he buys. This coon was engaged to be married once to the swellest gal in Coon Town, but he took her to a second-hand store to buy her a wedding gown. She said, "Look here, Mr. Jackson, you've grossly insulted me, 'cause I never wears no cast-off clothes, mine are all first class, you see. I anticipated you a cheap coon, but you've showed it plain today. Now I don't want you nor your presents, but I want you to hear me say, you don't handle enough money for me, you certainly acted funny. You said you had money to burn and you'd burn it with your honey. I find you's nothing but a con, your talk's been all bluff. You don't handle enough money for me, you ain't worth one pinch of snuff." Next day the coon went to her house, begged her to be his bride. She said, "If you love me, then take me for a carriage ride." This coon got his express wagon to drive her through the boulevard. He said, "I'd hire a coupe, babe, but times are most too hard." She said, "Listen, Mr. Jackson, it's official, we won't wed, 'cause I wouldn't marry you, man, if all other coons were dead. So take your brass engagement ring, your old brass watch also. There's nothing else belongs to you, so take yourself and go. You don't handle enough money for me, you've certainly acted funny. You said you had money to burn and you'd burn it with your honey. I find you's nothing but a con, your talk's been all bluff. You don't handle enough money for me, you ain't worth one pinch of snuff." He took her down to Coney Isle to show her all the scenes. They went into a cheap cafe, he ordered her pork and beans. I tell you this Bill Jackson is the cheapest of all coons. He ordered her a plate of cream and told the waiter to bring 2 spoons. He took her to church last Sunday and he certainly acted strange. He put 5 cents in the collection box and took out 4 cents change. She said, "Brush by Mr. Jackson, after you I'll never weep. I thought that I could love you, man, but coon, you are most too cheap. You don't handle enough money for me, you've certainly acted funny. You said you had money to burn and you'd burn it with your honey. I find you's nothing but a con, your talk's been all a bluff. You don't handle enough money for me, you ain't worth one pinch of snuff."